Krim here with another Genshin video. This one's going to be more like a Let's Play. I'm going to be doing several things in this, and it's going to be cut up into multiple videos. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get Albedo up to level 80, or rather, get his Ascension ready. So I'm just going to knock this guy out. This is the last one I need, and it really should not take too long. I went ahead and muted the character's sounds, because, well, the music is more important than hearing the Japanese going on in the background, and it makes it easier for me to talk, because this is actually live. Well, not really live, but, you know, as live as it can be. Since I'm going to get more of these, I'm just going to pop Noelle's thing as fast as possible, just so I can knock these out. Doesn't really do as much damage as it should, but whatever. And I'm leaving the center pillar up so that he can go to that one. Okay, he looks like he kind of glitched out with his visual effect. I should be focusing mostly on Genshin, though, to get her leveled up more. But that doesn't really matter too much. Genshin will get her day eventually. I'm just farming these Geo things because, well, the Geo characters, I have all of them. I don't really care about having all of them, though, but I do, so that's nice. And I'm going to have a few updates in this video, because it's more like relaxed. So the first updates, the whole thing that happened with Joel, where I found what was going on with that, and the missing agate, and that popularity for that video that's just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. That was a complete fluke, 100% a fluke. I will probably not be able to replicate that because that was something that I found on accident. And it was so accidental that I didn't even know I found it. I thought I just found something interesting about, hey, read your quests, but instead people showed up in my chat saying, oh, you found the missing thing, and I just had to play along and act like, yeah, I knew what I found. It's like, I had no idea what I found. The Dragonspine spear materials, that's another story. I didn't exactly find that on accident. I figured that it was something to do with alchemy or whatever, and I just didn't have the recipe to unlock creating the teeth, or it was a boss that was going to show up later. So I had an idea what was going on with that, and when I eventually found the strange teeth respawning, I figured, heck, I might as well make a video about this to help anyone else out that is wondering how you get that. And of course people kept on asking, so when do the teeth respawn? When do the teeth respawn? It's like, I wish I could tell you. I really don't know. So I had to do a bunch of tests while people were constantly asking, when do the teeth respawn? And eventually when I got the teeth to respawn, I tried to replicate it on my alt account. Got it to replicate around the same time, about 4 days. And I just figured, okay, it's going to be a 4-day period. So that's not too bad, considering polearms, the prototypes are really hard to get normally. But me leaving a comment about that in the chat section, and me also leaving it in the description, didn't really help much. I'm still answering that question. It's not that big of a deal. It's mostly on YouTube's side. They used to have annotations that you could add to the videos. So I could literally just, after the video was done, have the teeth respawn at this point. But now, because they removed annotations, I have to basically make an entire new video just to tell them that, or leave it in the description, or whatever, and it's not really that much of a hassle, considering I have pretty much no audience at all, and I gotta say thank you to everyone who is actually watching this stuff, all the videos, and showing support. I appreciate it. I did not expect anything to really happen with this. I was just gonna make pretty much a one-off video, just for fun, and it kind of blew up. And I will say, I'm not going to be making a lot of Genshin-related hidden videos in the future, because that's not really my thing. I don't want to play the game constantly looking for hidden treasures and such to figure out what's going on. I need money. Wow, really? I need money? Okay, well, let's get money real quick. There's a few ways to get money. The easiest way, though, is to just go over here and do my bounty real quick, because I have one of those, and I need to do it anyway. We'll get to the event eventually. I'm not too pressed on it, and I'm sure it gives money, but I'd rather do this real quick. Sorry about that. Still rambling a bit. And you notice I'm fumbling words a lot. Normally I can edit that out, but hopefully it's not too big of a deal. Okay, so we've already done the requests. We'll do one bounty. Oh boy, it's one of these. Immune to physical. Okay. That is not enough to get me to where I need. We'll accept it anyway. And just go ahead and knock it out real quick. I would be doing the Mondstadt ones, but I've already finished Mondstadt. Already finished it right away. I have the glider from it, and then the Dragonspine update came, and Dragonspine decided to give me a bunch of quests for Mondstadt reputation while I was already maxed out, so that was really nice. It's basically burned experience and time, but that's not a big deal, whatever. Okay, where are we going with this weird quest so that we can get what's-his-name up? Over here. Oh boy, one of these flowers. I love fighting these flowers. You know how much I love fighting these flowers? I just send them flying all the time. Hey, get back over here. Overload, yay. It just throws the enemies everywhere. So it's really difficult to actually land any attacks on them, and I know her charged attack does that too, but that's beside the point. Pretty much these Whompers, they go flying every time you look at them. Makes the fights take about 30 times longer, just because they constantly go away. I have to use a little bit of the fire, and of course Goomba is going to target the bat, because Goomba is the smartest. He is so smart. Hey, that bat that's really far away? Yeah, let me target that instead of the thing that I'm right next to. What's that? You want me to light up a lamp? Nah, I'm gonna target this other thing. Ah, man, I hate doing these quests in the mountains. Where am I going? Is it down here? Oh, look, another flower. Yay, isn't that nice? And of course, it's a pyro one, so it's gonna be flying constantly. So let's just go ahead and do this a little bit and just, I don't know, knock it around this way. Because Noelle can, while she will knock stuff around, if they're caught in her chain, she'll keep them in her chain. But she is a low level compared to it, so she's not going to do any damage. Isn't that nice? Okay, the final one is apparently underground? Question mark? I don't really understand these. Why am I in a mountain range doing this? I don't understand why they added this extra bit. It's to fluff the content, I get it, but it just takes so much time unnecessarily. Okay, so we're over here. Oh boy. And up here. There you are. Pick a mushroom. Yeah, because that has something to do with a golem. And now I have to go back up. So I'm not going to climb that mountain. No, you think I will? Nope. Not going to climb that mountain. I hate climbing in this game. That's why I use Kaching and Zhongli in unison all the time by just doing this. And then I swap over to her. And this is how I mountain climb normally. Yeah, I'm not about that climbing game. Okay, so over here. Come on, where are you? There you are. And you're immune to everything, so that's nice. At least you're one of you and not the flying ones. I hate the flying ones most of all. Because they always put them on uneven ground, and the moment I get to them, they just immediately start flying, and it's like, well, I'm so glad. So glad that they have me fighting 3 of you in a row in a mountain range. That's so fair. Oh, come on. Stop running out of energy, Kaching. I know I'm spamming all your attacks, but still. So yeah, what I was getting to before I kind of got sidetracked, I won't be making Genshin guide videos anymore, unless there's something that's somewhat pressing, and that's mostly because there's already a group of content creators that do that, and I do not want to be known as someone who steals other people's content. If someone else has something worthwhile to watch and they actually make it good, then I'd just say watch them. I would like the attention, I guess. Not really that much, but I'm not going to steal someone else's stuff. I know I said that 3 times, but I am not going to steal someone else's stuff. Imtash, for example, he makes great videos. Tectone, great videos. Watch them. There's another person, I don't know his name off the top of my head. I will leave him in the description, or I'll add it in post-edit. But it's a guy who just constantly makes guide videos. I think his name's Matt something. But he constantly makes videos for the secret stuff in Genshin. And he covered the Fox story pretty much 24 hours after I had already posted about that, and 24 hours after I had posted about it, I didn't even know about the agate. Someone told me about it. I thought it was just a story about Joel and the pig and all that stuff, the pig princess. So, I didn't really know. He knew, though, because he has data mine friends that can look up stuff like that, and they can test stuff right away and know exactly what's going on. Yeah, I'm not into data mining, and I'm also not into spending money on this game. I'm a free-to-play player who just got really lucky with my 5 stars, and by really lucky, I mean I pitied 2 of them, and Albedo was an off pity. I was close to a pity, but not. And I also am loosely free-to-play. I am free-to-play, but someone, a family member, who used to play this game, they gifted me one of the month thing, where it's like $5 or whatever. And then they stopped playing after they did that, so it was like, well, thanks for that, I guess. They ended up burning out, spending too much money in the game, and feeling depressed because they pretty much had everything handed to them. Not really handed to them, they had to buy it all. And I've done that before in other games. I've done that in Guild Wars, and I was a long-time Guild Wars 2 player and Guild Wars 1 player. I was in the beta test for Guild Wars 1 growing up. And I never spent a dime in Guild Wars 1 other than buying the expansions and whatnot. Guild Wars 2, I spent close to $2,000 on cosmetic items and also gambling with the Black Lion chests. And it got so bad that I actually had to call my bank and tell them to freeze any transactions I make with Guild Wars, with ArenaNet, because I could not control my gambling. I had to keep spending money. I was working pretty well at the time, so I had the money to burn, but when I quit my job and no longer had easy access to income, I was still gambling, and that was not a good thing. That was definitely not a good thing. Alright, so we're in the middle of the field. Go over here. Anyway, just wanted to point that out, that if I do make any more Genshin videos, it will be mostly stuff like this, where I'm just having fun or whatever. And if that's not your sort of content, then I apologize, but it's what I feel like making. And I'll be making some art videos too, with Genshin characters and such, because I like the character designs. The character designs are insanely complex though, so if I get some details wrong, I'll just say right now, I'm sorry I got the details wrong for a character that the artist only had to really draw one time, and then they had to add the mesh to the Blender technology or whatever 3D technology they had. Then they had to add the skeleton, then they had to add the mapping and all that stuff, and then suddenly they no longer had to draw the character anymore because they had a 3D model and they could add all the little details they wanted. I'm sorry that I can't replicate all that. And my hat, my invisible hat that I don't actually wear, is off to any of the people who draw line by line and all the details and all that stuff. You guys and girls, you're amazing. The people that make the comic book, you're fantastic. Oh man, that takes a lot of talent that I do not have the time for. I don't have the time or patience to do that. I just want it done. I have my own comic that I'm working on. I don't have time to do fan art for someone else like that. Not for free, anyway. If it was a commission, then that's another story. Why am I still using Noel? His shield's broken. Oh man, I should probably have seen what his weaknesses were. I think he's immune to Pyro? Let's test that real quick. No, he's not immune to Pyro. Should have probably also put Ning on, but I was in a rush. So we'll just use Noelle to heal, even though she doesn't have any real healing stuff. Anyway, what I was getting at is I'll still make the Genshin art videos. Likely going to be kind of lazy with the art style and such, and just adjust some things here and there, and I might just give them unique outfits, just to say, whatever, I'm not gonna redraw every single last piece of the drawing. And I'll also show you how you can actually do it with a model, so that it's much easier for you if you do want to do that sort of stuff. I should probably back out and change characters. I will not be using food. Even if one of these characters dies, they just gotta stay dead. I shouldn't say die, falls unconscious. And of course, Tornado Guy is gonna cause some issues because he always causes issues. Come on. Okay, you know what, Tornado Guy, you're annoying. You're always annoying every time you show up. You just cause nothing but issues. Yeah, and Kaching's down. Great. I thought she had a shield up. I guess not. I guess that explosion took away the shield. But that's just how it is. Oh good, he's resetting. Isn't that fantastic? This will actually give me an opportunity to change characters. I said I wouldn't heal him, but we're gonna go ahead and eat these special pancakes. And go ahead and swap characters around because I needed Ning for that fight. And I didn't have her. So, yeah. Sucrose, get off the team. I don't have you built up enough. We'll have you instead. No, we'll just go Albedo. I didn't... Okay, game, come on. I hate that. I hate that part of it where I'm trying to swap characters and I think I do it and I don't hit the deploy button at the end. Yep, there we go. Just took him a second. Okay, let's go in. Let's go in and just curb stomp him now. We've got plenty of time. I hate fighting these guys so much, though. They're so tanky for no reason at all. Yeah, someone brought up how Zhongli's Petrify no longer does extra damage. Alright, sorry, the physical damage to petrified enemies from Zhongli no longer take extra physical and geo damage. I had no idea about that until I did the test videos, and I looked like a fool because I had no idea about that. And that's fine, because I learned something new. But I kinda wish they would add that back. It's such a hard thing to actually pull off when it happens, because you only have like 4 seconds maximum to get in damage, and most of the Qs, like Ning's for example, look how long this takes. That wind up and then finally it gets in there. I couldn't get that with the base level of his Q. I had to actually build up his Q long enough to where I could potentially get her Q off to potentially get extra damage, and that's a lot of working around, especially since Ning's thing, her Q is iframes, so I was basically wasting iframes in a situation where I had them hard CC'd. So, I don't know, it's something I noticed and wanted to bring up because how ridiculous that they even removed that. Why did they even bother? Okay, stop hitting him, please. Just stop with that. Break your shield, please. I see now why people were saying that Zhongli was bad. They really did not need to remove that thing. He wasn't too good with it, and it didn't really hurt to have it. Because it gave him something semi-unique. Oh, Albedo died. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, probably when he was getting tossed around like a rag doll. It probably got an extra damage tick off even though he was off the field. The game loves to do that with lag and latency. It's really nice. And here I am saying I don't want to waste any food and I have to revive 2 characters. I'm just going to use the shrine. I don't normally do that. But these guys, they're just so tanky. Jeez. I hate fighting these guys. I mean, I hate fighting the flying guys more, but these guys in particular, they're just... Why do I have to fight a level 91 version of this bounty and get the same rewards throughout the progression? That's my biggest issue with the bounty system. So, it scales up with world rank, the difficulty, but the rewards stay the same. If you're gonna get 30,000 of the Mora for killing it at whatever the rank for unlocking it initially is, I think my other account is world rank 3, and I have access to the bounties, and I get the same amount of money for doing the bounties, the same amount of everything for doing the bounties. What's the point of doing them once you're done with max reputation? Boost up the Mora or something, because the extra difficulty is completely pointless, and I'll be honest with you, whenever I finish this, I'm never touching bounties again. I don't care that it gives me 30,000. I'd rather just go out and do one of those flower things and knock that out the ley lines and knock that out for double the amount, because the amount actually scales upwards. The higher my world rank, the more money I get from that. So, I don't know. Let me just check real quick, actually. Do I have anything coming in? Just this. Yeah, okay. Claim all. Yeah. Do I have enough money now? I don't think I do. I think I'm still short because of how long these take. Yep, I'm still short. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out one of those. Like I was saying. I could also do my commissions. Yeah, that's too far away. I'm gonna do this one real quick. Could also do my commissions, but it's not really worth doing them right now. I'll do those later. I want to get to the event after I ascend him. And I wanted to keep all this on camera because, well, if I'm going to be playing the game and, recording it, I might as well record the whole raw footage. Alright, so let's get over here and knock this out in like 5 seconds and get twice the amount as the Bounties reward because, that's how scaling works. Go ahead and do this, just to completely nuke them. And of course, these guys are level 84 versus the level 91 that I had to fight a second ago. That took way too long to actually fight by unlocking him because we had to do some weird mechanic where we go around the map trying to find him. And it's like, oh, look at a flower. Isn't that flower interesting? That flower, it actually did all this stuff, so you gotta do stuff with it. Just stupid stuff. I don't know why there's a scavenger hunt element other than to waste time. It's a once a week thing. Or, sorry, 3 times a week thing, so it's not that big of a deal. I just don't really care about it. I'll do it later on my own time. The last one. Probably should have just did this from the start, because how easy it is. Hey, go in the water. Go swimming. I said go swimming. It didn't work. Oh well. And let's see how much we get for this. I'm not going to use a condensed, we're just going to use this. Hey, look at that, twice the amount. For no effort at all, just resin. Now you might say, well, that's a waste of resin. And I say to you, you are correct. Partly. If I was on the World Rank 3 account, where I get hardly any money for doing this, then yes, it would be a waste of resin. I'd rather do the bounty on that. Because I think I get about the same amount. Anyway, let's go ahead and ascend Mr. Philosopher's Stone guy. Knock this out. Yep. And we're gonna get one of these. Yep. And before I use that, I'm just gonna quickly knock out a commission.